We're going to look at a star plot now where we find the MPP, most probable position, when the bearings, the angle between them doesn't exceed 180. So if we were going from 330 degrees round to 062 degrees, that's less than 180. Therefore, our position is outside the cocked hat that we draw. So we'll be given, obviously, our course and speed, a DR position at a set time, 1920, and here we have 3 stars, and the times are all not on the exact time that we need. So if we take a site before the DR, on the course line, it's plotted afterwards. So in other words, when we get the bearing and the intercept for A, we would plot it on that position on our plotting sheet. B is the same after, and if we take the site after the DR, we plot before. So before is after, after before. And the distances, well, we just work out the time and the speed and get the distance that we would plot before and after. And then you'll notice these are quadrantial, where we'll just convert those 042, 62 and 330. So now we have our 3 that we can plot. So first sketch just shows you stars A, B and C. So star A, the bearing was 042, but it was away. So that would be A, C and B. So we end up with a cocked hat, but we're not inside the cocked hat. So what we need to do for the second bearing lines in red, we're going to do them all a mile off. So we can see here this position line is moved a mile, that position line is moved a mile, that position line is moved a mile, and then we draw lines between it. It's usually a good idea to do circle for one, square for the other, and that helps to distinguish them. And if we move them all, we'll find that will be our most probable position. And if we want a systematic error, as long as there's no random errors, from the MPP, we draw a tangent to the nearest position line, and that will be our systematic error. So that's another way of finding our position outside a cocked hat, but it's always if the bearings of the 3 don't exceed 180. In other words, the 3 that we're given, 330, 60, 42 and 62, if you go around on the compass rose, they definitely do not exceed 180.